What's up, people? Welcome to Wednesdays with Avalon Meta Live. How you doing? Uh, as any Wednesday, today I'm going to break down certain concepts. We're going to have a fun chat. Hello, chat. That reminds me, hello, chat. And chat, while you're still here, why don't you do me a favor? Like this video, subscribe if you haven't, and press the bell icon because sometimes you don't get notifications by just subscribing. So if you like the content, do press the bell icon so that we get to do this more often. All right, cool, guys. Today we're going to be talking about lie detection. Can you tell when someone's lying to you? Can you spot a liar? Before I tell you how you can do it, before I tell you, the popular hacks to do it, I'm obviously not going to do that. But before I get into the depth of it, let's try to understand, why do we want to answer this question? Why is it a curious question? Why has it brought you here? Why do you want to know if someone's lying to you? Because inside you, there is an innate desire that wants you not to be deceived. When someone lies to you, when you're being lied to, एक धोखाधड़ी हो रही है तुम्हारे साथ. You are getting deceived. Deception is happening with you. And our innate desire is to prevent any kind of deception that happens to us, to safeguard us. We want security, we want to protect us. And why do we want to safeguard us? What do we want to safeguard us from? What do we want to safeguard ourselves from? We want to safeguard ourselves from dhokadhadi. That means betrayal. We want to safeguard ourselves from abuse. When you're being lied to, you feel that there's something conspirating against you. That could be abuse. That could be any kind of abuse. You're being abused now in a subtle way. And also lying is a form of psychic oppression. मतलब जब आपको कोई झूठ बोल रहा है, वो आपसे एक reality छुपा रहा है. That's a form of oppressing you. That means they are taking away of your freedom in a certain way. And that's why it comes naturally to us to avoid being lied to. And that's where relationships break, because trust is broken. Trust is very important to humans, right? So होता क्या है, lying होता क्या है, ये झूठ बोलना, what is lying? Let's try to understand, when does lying really happen? What is lying? Lying is when you're misleading someone deliberately and at a time when that someone is expecting trust from you. वो बंदा आपसे trust expect कर रहा है और आप उसे झूठ बोल रहे हो. That is what lying is. And in what conditions does a lie occur? When do you tend to lie? When do you end up lying? When in a relationship, lying happens in a relationship, right? You have a relationship with the other person. When in a relationship, number one condition is that you guys are not understanding. There is no understanding. I'm not understanding you, you're not understanding me. Second thing, both the conditions have to be met. Second thing is, there is no intent of understanding either. Number one, we're not understanding each other. Second is, there's no intent to understand each other either. So what you end up doing is you end up misleading the other person when they're expecting trust. That is lying. That's bad. So yeah, now, I want to take a different look at lying. Lies are actually old. They're a part of our culture. On an average, there's been some research done that on an average you consume as in you are being told over 10 to 200 lies a day in your life. Lies are very complex. I mean, they're how do I say? They're not complex in the sense, it's not hard to define lying, but it's just a part of our culture. You don't consume absolute truth. There are lies within the language. The stories are, containing certain lies within them. It's become a part of our culture, and it's been passed over generations. There is some sort of lie in all kind of in all kind of content and tales and fairy tales that you consume. So can you consume full objectivity? I really doubt. Now that actually has an evolutionary purpose, because there's so much that we don't know and we don't want to know, because that'll blow our minds, and we don't want to be mind blown. We don't want to live in a state of fear all the time. So we make lies for ourselves. Yaar, sach mano to at the end of the day, your human brain is living for 3-4 purposes. Number one, you want a sense of security. Then you want some importance in your life. Then you want status. Importance and status is the same. You want other people to respect you. Finally, you want a mate to mate with, so that you reproduce and your genes evolve. That's what you're living for at the end of the day. अब इसी चीज़ को हम बहुत ज़्यादा कॉम्प्लेक्स कर लेते हैं by building narratives around it, by making more complex, sophisticated ways of living around it. But core motivations are these, and that's okay. That's all that human basically lives for. Everything else is I think as good as Fugazi. Now I remember this quote that Jordan Peterson once said in one of his videos. Jordan Peterson is a clinical psychologist. He speaks in one of his videos. He says ke bhaiya, I deal with a lot of people who have anxiety and depression, and I advise them, I treat them, I consult them, etc. And मेरे को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. They're not a mystery to me. मेरे को सरप्राइज नहीं होता कि why does that person have anxiety, depression, etc. In fact, what is a mystery to me is कि भैया as humans आप vulnerable हो, आपको पता नहीं कल क्या होगा, आप एक स्पेक ऑफ डस्ट हो यूनिवर्स में, एक छोटी से प्लैनेट पे हो दैट हैज़ नो साइज कंपेयर टू द सोलर सिस्टम और द गैलेक्सी और द यूनिवर्स. तुम्हें पता नहीं है दूसरे प्लैनेट्स पे लाइफ है या नहीं है, तुम कुछ भी नहीं हो, कल की गारंटी नहीं है तुम्हारे पास. हाउ डू यू नॉट हैव एंग्जाइटी अबाउट दैट? हाउ डू यू नॉट हैव anxiety about that? Is a mystery. That's what Jordan Peterson said. So we build these lies for ourselves in order to sustain ourselves and keep ourselves going. Lies are within stories. They have an evolutionary purpose. Now let's talk about all of these videos that you see on YouTube. How to spot a liar. बड़े बड़े लोग आएंगे, बड़ी बड़ी बातें बोलेंगे कि अरे बॉडी लैंग्वेज देख लो, अरे ये देख लो, अरे वो देख लो, ऐसे ऐसा एक्सप्रेशन होगा तो लाई डिटेक्ट हो जाएगा, ये होगा वो होगा. द रियल हार्ड ट्रूथ इज that decades of work on detecting lies via expressions or tonality or handwriting, all of it has been futile. None of it is scientifically proven. And even about that you might find some TEDx talks around body language, so you can figure out if the other person is lying or not. Last 5 years of research has proven that argument wrong as well. You cannot. Non-verbal cues don't really tell you. And someone funnily summarized this. He was like कि polygraph test जो होते हैं, polygraph test मतलब वो lie detection test होते हैं. लोग कहते हैं कि किसी ने बोला कि if all these things worked, if even polygraph tests were foolproof, if they were foolproof, then we wouldn't need juries, we wouldn't need judges, we wouldn't need the court system. सबको उठा के polygraph test करा दो ना. तो ऐसा नहीं होता. तो आप पूछोगे भैया फिर lie detect कर सकते हैं नहीं कर सकते? I think scientifically we have very few tools, and ये tools आपको थोड़े से अजीब लगेंगे, because आपने सुना है इन tools के बारे में, इन fields के बारे में, और ये fields बहुत elaborately develop की गई हैं, sophisticatedly develop की गई हैं ताकि लोग ढंग के decision लें, ताकि लोग एक दूसरे को trust कर पाएँ, ताकि लोग figure out कर पाएँ क्या सच है क्या नहीं है. ये fields क्या हैं? ये fields हैं behavioral economics, ये field है एवोल्यूशनरी बायोलॉजी, ये फील्ड है कॉग्निटिव बायसेस. यार कॉग्निटिव बायसेस की लिस्ट निकाल के पढ़ो गूगल पे, तुम्हें पता लगेगा कि तुम्हारा खुद का ब्रेन तुम्हारे ऊपर कितनी गेम्स खेल रहा है. अंडरस्टैंड एवोल्यूशनरी बायोलॉजी, अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज द मोटिव ऑफ समवन in a discussion, what are they seeking at the end of the day. Understand human motives, तब पता लगेगा वो कोई सच बोल रहा है नहीं बोल रहा. बिहेवियरल इकोनॉमिक्स पढ़ो. These are vast fields, but this is what you use to do proper decision making. Now, मैं पढ़ रहा था, मैं YouTube देख रहा था और देख रहा था कि of course there are a lot of videos about body language से हम बताएंगे कि बंदा झूठ बोल रहा है नहीं बोल रहा. But एक चीज़, one of the videos made sort of sense for me. I think it was a TED video. I'm just quickly going to summarize it for you. That TED video was by Noah Zandan, and he said, or she said, I don't know, they summarized it in 4 points. or I would summarize it in four points. They spoke at length. You can go watch that video. Number one, signal of someone who is lying is that they are unlikely to use a personal narrative within the lie. As in, they're not gonna talk much about I, me, myself. They're gonna talk about you, they, themselves. Second person, third person में बात करेंगे, because अपने आप को वो डिसोसिएट करना चाहते हैं उस नैरेटिव से, अपने आप को उस लाई से डिसोसिएट करना चाहते हैं, अपने आप को सेफ, कोई बंदा झूठ बोलता है तो अपने आप को सेफ गार्ड करने के लिए बोलता है ना, अपने इंटरेस्ट के लिए बोलता है, तो वो अपने आप को दूर रखता है उसके नैरेटिव, उसके वर्ड्स समझो तो तुम्हें पता लगेगा कि वो बंदा अपने आप को डिस्टेंस कर रहा है उस नैरेटिव से. ही इज गोना टॉक अबाउट अ थर्ड पर्सन रियलिटी, अपनी बात नहीं करेगा वो. सेकेंड, लाइज व्हेन बिल्ट आर वेरी सिंपल, बिकॉज इतना पावरफुल नहीं है हम लोग कि एक रियलिटी सिमुलेट कर लें अपने दिमाग में. when you're making a lie, you're building a lie, you're building some sort of a narrative, a reality, right? Complex reality आपका दिमाग काबिल नहीं है बनाने के लिए. Your lie will be fairly simple. It won't have complex details as reality does. When you're telling a story that's real, you automatically get the details, but when you're spinning a story, details are hard, especially when you're lying. Third is उस आर्गूमेंट की टोनालिटी नहीं, कॉनोटेशन. ओवरऑल वो आर्गूमेंट थोड़ा नेगेटिव लगेगा, बिकॉज अंदर ही अंदर वो बंदे को गिल्ट हो रहा है, बिकॉज ही इज लाइंग, एंड लाइंग इज डिसेप्शन, एज वी जस्ट लर्नड अबव, एंड डिसेप्शन इज बैड. एंड टर्न्स आउट द गाय हु डिसीव्स, इवन ही डजंट फाइंड डिसेप्शन प्लेजेंट, इवन ही हैज गिल्ट, इवन he realizes that it's not cool. And at that point, I want to talk about white lies. White lies एक चीज़ होती है. White lies अगर आप गूगल करके देखोगे तो white lies are lies that you tell that are not about important things, that you tell just to not make the other person feel bad. But white lies की भी एक बात है. White lies are not good either, because अगर आप किसी से झूठ बोल रहे हो just because that other person doesn't feel bad, that reflects कि आपकी relationship की quality with that other person is poor. इट्स नॉट अ स्ट्रॉन्ग रिलेशनशिप, बिकॉज लॉन्ग टर्म तो डैमेज होगा ना. आप उस बंदे को उसकी रियलिटी, उस बंदे को उसकी फ्रीडम छीन रहे हो, आप उसे एक झूठी रियलिटी दिखा रहे हो, उसके लिए आप उसको ऑब्स्ट्रक्ट कर रहे हो, उसको आप एक तरीके से अब्यूज़ कर रहे हो. सो दैट्स अबाउट वाइट लाइज. बट फोर्थ थिंग एनीवे, एज पर दैट टेड वीडियो वाज, एज आई टोल्ड यू, योर ब्रेन इज नॉट केपेबल ऑफ बिल्डिंग कॉम्प्लेक्स लाइज, यू बिल्ड सिंपल लाइज. So what does the brain do? Or what do liars do to cover up for that? They end up adding fluff into the lie. What is fluff? Fluff is unnecessary, irrelevant, filler words into the lie, random details that are not related to the core message, covering up with, random details so that they think, so that you end up thinking that it's a fact because they're throwing random details so that you think that they've actually observed that reality, which is actually a lie. So these are the four things. I found this to be pretty relevant if you want a hack, but told you scientifically, although these points are not as relevant, the pop psychology hacks that you see, ऐसे करके बता देंगे, वो सब कुछ bullshit है. Finally, यार lying का opposite क्या होता है? Trust. When are you lying to someone when you don't have trust, right? Trustworthiness में lying नहीं होता. So trust एक चीज़ जाते जाते हम समझ लेते हैं कि बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ है. ट्रस्ट क्या करता है? ट्रस्ट कीप्स रिलेशनशिप्स अलाइव, एंड ट्रस्ट इज अ वेरी रिवॉर्डिंग एक्सपीरियंस. डिसेप्शन, जब इवन यूर डिसीविंग समवन, यू वोंट फील गुड, बट व्हेन यूर ट्रस्टिंग समवन, अंदर से बड़ा रिवॉर्डिंग फीलिंग आता है. You like to trust people. That's what we're made to do. So trusting is important. Trusting is important for evolutionary purpose as well. I'll tell you how in this case. Because when you trust, you collaborate with people. When you collaborate with people, you work together. When you work together, you make progress happen. Human collaboration and coordination and cooperation is the basis of all the progress that we've made in the history. कुछ लोग साथ में आए, एक यूनिफाइड बाय अ कॉज, एंड दे बिल्ट समथिंग टुगेदर. एक बंदा कुछ नहीं कर पाता, लोग एक दूसरे को ट्रस्ट करके साथ में एक फोर्स बन के बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं. तो ट्रस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट है, एंड दिस इज समथिंग दैट पीपल रियलाइज लॉन्ग अगो एज वेल. सो लोगों ने क्या किया? दे ऑल्सो रियलाइज कि ट्रस्ट ब्रेक भी हो जाता है, एज यू मस्ट बी फेमिलियर विद आपके बहुत सारे बार ट्रस्ट ब्रेक हुआ होगा, बहुत सारी रिलेशनशिप्स में ट्रस्ट ब्रेक हुआ होगा. ट्रस्ट जब ब्रेक हो जाता है तो सम पीपल ट्राइड सॉल्विंग इट एंड दे केम अप विद टूल्स टू सॉल्व फॉर ट्रस्ट. दोज टूल्स केम टू बी नोन एज कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स. मैंने साइन किया आपके साथ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, अब इसको हम ब्रेक नहीं करेंगे. और वेडिंग वाउज, वेडिंग जब होती है तो लोग वाउज लेते हैं ना कि मैं ये करूँगा, मैं ये वचन देता हूँ, आप वो वचन दो वगैरह. तीसरी चीज़ इज़ लोग सेरेमनीज बना देते हैं. वेडिंग की भी सेरेमनी होती है ना. तो बेसिकली व्हाट humans try to do is let's correlate trust with a big event, a big social event, so that the parties involved actually end up trusting the relationship, the contract, the wedding, the marriage. All of these are basically सोसाइटी ने स्ट्रक्चर्स ही तो बनाए हैं कि एक दूसरे को ट्रस्ट करो, एक दूसरे के साथ रहो, एक दूसरे के साथ ये लाइफ की गेम खेलो. Yeah, guys, that's about it. Tell me what you know about lies and what you know about trustworthiness. Do you have any thoughts? Tell me in the comments. Until then, I shall see you another Wednesday. Take care. Good night. See you. Tada. Bye-bye.